Hello everyone, so let us continue with data communication. In the last video, we have seen the components of data communication and the different types of data flow. In this video, we will learn the types of connection in computer network and the topologies in computer network. So today we will learn the two types of connections, that is point-to-point and multi-point, and then we will learn the types of physical topologies. Now actually there are 5 different kinds of topologies, but in this video we will learn only 2 types, that is mesh and star. The other 3 types we will see in the next video. So let us see the types of connections in a computer network. Now before we see the types of connection, we will see what is a network. A network basically is a collection of computers, or we can say it is a group of computers which are connected through some kind of a link. Now the reason the computers are connected is so that they can share some data or they can exchange some resources with one another. Next, let us see what is a link. Link basically just a path through which data will be transferred. So it's just a communication path to exchange some kind of a data. Now let us see the types of connections. There are 2 types of connections. One is point-to-point and second is multi-point. So first let us see point-to-point. In point-to-point there is a dedicated link. Now a dedicated link, meaning the entire capacity of the channel will be reserved for transmission only between the 2 connected devices. So if the capacity of the channel is reserved for transmission only between the 2 devices, we can say that the capacity of the channel is not shared with the other devices. So we can say that the capacity is not shared with other devices, only there is a dedicated link between the 2 connected devices. Next, let us see multi-point connection. Now multi meaning many, so that means there will be many devices which will be connected to the link. So if there are many devices which are connected to the link, then definitely the capacity will be shared between multiple devices. So we can see here that the capacity is shared between multiple devices. Now there are 2 ways of sharing. One is spatially shared and second is time shared. So if the link is spatially shared, then multiple devices can send the data simultaneously. But if it is time shared, then users will have to take turns and then only send the data. Next, let us study physical topology. A physical topology is the arrangement of elements in a computer network, or in simple words we can say that it will tell us how the devices are connected inside a computer network. So there are 5 different types of topologies, but in this video we will discuss only 2 types, that is mesh and star. The other 3 types we will discuss in the next video. First one is mesh topology. Now in mesh topology, there is a point-to-point link from one device to all the other devices. Now point-to-point link we have already studied in the previous slide, which means that there will be a dedicated link from one device to all the other devices. Now these devices are also known as nodes. So in this figure there are 4 devices, so we can say that there are 4 nodes. And in this figure there are 5 devices, so we can say that there are 5 nodes. Now in mesh topology there is a point-to-point link from one device to all the other devices. So over here this device A will be connected to B, C and D using a point-to-point link. Similarly this device B has a point-to-point link to A, D and C. Similarly this device C has a point-to-point link to B, A and D. And same way this device D is also connected to A, B and C. So in this figure also all devices are connected using point-to-point link. Next, the number of links or the number of cables required in a fully connected mesh network is given by the formula n into n minus 1 divided by 2, where n is the number of nodes. Now say for example in this figure there are 4 devices, so number of nodes will be 4. So if nodes are 4, n value will be 4. So if we put n value in this formula, we will get 4 into 4 minus 1 divided by 2, that is 4 into 3 divided by 2. So the answer will be 6, which means that 6 links or 6 cables are required to connect 4 nodes. So if you look at this figure, there are 6 links required to connect these 4 nodes. So if we count, we will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Let us take another example. Now in this figure there are 5 devices, or we can say that there are 5 nodes. So if there are 5 nodes, n value will be 5. So if we put this 5 value in this formula, we will get 5 into 5 minus 1 divided by 2. So that is 5 into 4 divided by 2, and the answer will be 10. Which means that there are 10 links or 10 cables required to connect 5 nodes. So if we count the number of links over here, the answer will be 10. Next, the number of ports required for each node is given by the formula n minus 1. So for example, in this figure there are 4 devices, so number of nodes will be 4. So if there are 4 nodes, n value will be 4. So if we put this n value in this formula, we'll get the answer is 3. So which means there will be 3 ports required for every node. So in this figure we can see that device A requires 3 ports. Similarly, device B requires 3 ports. Similarly, C and D requires 3 ports each. Next, let us take another example. If there are 5 devices, number of nodes will be 5. So if there are 5 nodes, n value will be 5. So which means that there will be 4 ports required for every node. So in this figure we can see that all these devices A, B, C, D and E have 4 ports each. Next, let us discuss some of the advantages of mesh topology. Now, first advantage of mesh topology is security. The reason mesh topology is secure is because there is a point-to-point link from one device to all the other devices. Now, say for example, this device A wants to send something to C, then it can directly send the data to C without involving any other devices. So the communication will be secure between only these two devices, that is A and C, and no other recipient will be able to get the information. Second advantage is that there are less traffic problems. Now the reason for less traffic is the same, that there is a point-to-point link from one device to all the other devices. Now say for example, this device A wants to send data to C and D simultaneously. Then it can send data to C using this link, and it can send data to D using this link simultaneously without causing much traffic. The next advantage is that fault isolation and identification is easier. The reason for this is because there are point-to-point link from one device to all the other devices. So it is easy to identify where is the fault and isolate the fault. Last advantage is that mesh topology is robust. Now say for example, A wants to send data to C, and say suppose this particular link fails, that is from A to C the link fails. Then A can send data to C using any other path, that is it can send this way using A, B, C path, or it can send using A, D, C path, or any other path available. So which means that if any particular link fails, then the entire network won't be affected. So let us see the disadvantages. First disadvantage is that mesh topology has a high cost. Now we know that in mesh topology every device is connected to all the other devices. As a result, the number of ports which are required and the number of cables which are required will be very high, hence it will have a higher cost. Second disadvantage is that installation and reconnection is difficult. Now since every device has to be connected to all the other devices and there is a point-to-point link from one device to all the other devices, installation and reconnection will be a problem. Next, let us learn star topology. Now in star topology, there is a point-to-point link to the central controller. Now say for example, in this diagram, we have 5 devices, that is A, B, C, D and E. Now all these 5 devices have a point-to-point link to the central controller. Now this central controller which is used is mostly a hub, and hub basically is a multi-port device which is used for connecting the devices. Now this central controller is used to exchange the data. Now say for example, A wants to send data to D, then A will first send to the central controller and then the central controller will send the data to D. Next, the number of links or the number of cables required in star topology is n, where n is the number of devices. Now say for example, in this figure there are 5 devices of 5 nodes. So if there are 5 nodes, n value will be 5. So 5 links will be required to connect 5 nodes. So if you look at this figure, we can see that there are 5 links required to connect 5 devices. Next, the number of ports required for every device is 1. So if there are 5 nodes, n value will be 5 and 1 port will be required for every device. Say for example in this figure, there are 5 devices, so all the 5 devices will need 1 port in order to connect to the central controller. So A will have 1 port, B will have 1 port, similarly C, D and E will have 1 port to the central controller. Next, let us see the advantages of star topology. Now, the first advantage is that it has lower cost as compared to mesh topology. Now we can see that in star topology there is a point-to-point link only to the central controller. As a result, the number of cables which are required or the number of ports which are required are much less as compared to the mesh topology. Hence, it will have a lower cost in comparison with the mesh topology. Second advantage is easy installation and reconnection. The reason is because each device requires only one link in order to connect to the central controller. As a result, it is easier to install and reconfigure star topology. Next advantage is fault isolation and identification is easier. The reason is because since every device has a point-to-point link, it is easier to identify where is the problem. Also, if any link fails, only that particular link will be affected. Now let us discuss the disadvantages. The main disadvantage is that there is a single point of failure. Now say suppose the central controller fails. So if the central controller fails, then the entire network will also fail because all the devices are dependent on the central controller. Thank you so much for watching. In this video, we have seen the different types of connections and mesh and star topology. In the next video, we will discuss the other 3 types of topologies.